Hard to believe, but we're talking about 2026. The January issue of Down East Magazine is now out with a look at winter wonders across Maine. Will Grunewald is the editor-in-chief. He's here with us to talk about some of the things that are in the issue. Thanks for coming in. Good to see you, Will.
Yeah, likewise. Thanks for having me.
Let's start with a fun feature that you've got on roller derby, the Women's Maine Roller Derby League, which is coming up on 20 years now that it's been going on.
Yeah, they've had a pretty good run, and they're based out of Westbrook at Happy Wheels, which is a great roller rink. What this story is just a fun look into this niche sport and also a subculture that I think is just like very sort of welcoming, and it seems like an interesting group of people.
I love the effervescence that all of the competitors clearly bring to it. They're clearly having a blast, and that's really cool to see. On to another fun activity. This is a look at fat biking in Maine, in particular at Bradbury Mountain State Park, but really you can do this in other places as well around the state.
Yeah. I think, over the last decade or so, it's really started to show up more. I think most of us, if you've been out on a trail, have probably seen someone rolling around in some season on a fat bike with those really big tires.
Sure, but we didn't know, at least I didn't really know how popular it was in snow.
Yeah, you need some sort of like hard packed or just groomed snow to really do it on, but there are a lot of trail networks now that are catering to it. It's another way to get out and enjoy the winter.
Another article looks at the use of moose antlers for artists who are using them, taking them, and making interesting work out of them, which is, of course, not surprising, but it's interesting to see just how this works and how people get into it.
Yeah, right. Well, and I mean, so the big thing about it, I think, is they're using found antlers. So every winter moose shed their antlers, which is kind of a crazy fact in and of itself. I mean, like, what if like our fingernails fell off every winter?
And it's a hefty piece of the body too.
Yeah, exactly. And so traditionally, or historically, people would kind of just stumble across these in the woods. But now there are a couple people out there who are turning them into pieces of art, either like engraving and sculpting with them, or turning them into chandeliers. It's sort of like the ultimate Maine camp accessory.
It doesn't get more Maine than that if you want that rustic look. Let's take a look at a new feature that you have. People are probably familiar with the summer scavenger hunt that you have in Down East. In this issue, you're introducing the winter scavenger hunt. What, in a nutshell, are you trying to get people to do?
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to get people to just, kind of make the most of the winter, enjoy the season to the fullest. And so what it is sort of a gamified guide to getting out and doing some new stuff, seeing some new things.
You've got several suggestions of what people can do, where they can go. We'll hit on just a couple because we can't begin to get to all of them, but the polar plunges, which always take place in January.
Yeah, and I admit you won't probably find me at one of them unless like wading up to your knees is acceptable. But for hardier souls, there are, I think, at least 4 or 5 organized polar plunges throughout the winter in Maine, and of course you can always go out and do it yourself too. The organized ones are usually for a good cause.
Yeah, the organized ones are usually for charity, and they're fun. I've read stories about them dozens and dozens of times, but I too have never participated in a polar plunge.
Well, maybe I'll see you there this winter.
Unlikely. One other event that you have in the scavenger hunt at the other end of the state is the Can-Am Crown dog sled races.
Yeah, this is a big event in the mushing world, and it's also a great reason to head up north to Fort Kent this time of year. It's a festive atmosphere. There's an antique snowmobile parade. The start of the race and finish of the race is there. It's something to see. They
do it upright, and when the weather cooperates, it's a lot of fun, and it draws big crowds. All right. Got to leave it there. Will, thanks as always.
Yeah, thanks,
All
Rob.
of those activities and articles are in the January issue of Down East Magazine, which is on sale now.